Good morning students. Today we will be discussing about the RLC series circuit. So see at this figure I have considered a AC voltage source having a voltage V and a frequency of F. Here I have connected the value of resistance, inductance and capacitance in series. So a current starts flowing in the circuit in this path. I have considered the value of resistance to be R. I have considered the value of inductance to be L and the value of the capacitance is C. So the voltage drop across the resistor is VR, the voltage drop across the inductor is VL and the voltage drop across the capacitor I have taken to be VC. So this is all about the circuit analysis as shown in the figure. Now in this case I have considered the current to be the reference phasor. Yes, I have considered the current to be the reference phasor. So the voltage drop across the resistor, that is VR, will be in phase with the current. So VL will be leading, that is the voltage drop that is across this inductor will be leading the current by an angle of 90 degree. And the voltage drop that is across the capacitor will be lagging the current by an angle 90 degree. So for better understanding of this, let us move to the phasor diagram. Let us move to the phasor diagram. I have taken I to be the reference phasor. So I have drawn the reference phasor, that is I, and the voltage drop across the resistor VR will be in phase with the current, that is I. So I and VR are in the same phase, they are in the same direction actually. So I have told you that the voltage drop across the inductor, that is VL, will be leading the current by an angle 90 degrees. So this is the phasor for the current and the voltage VL is leading the current by this angle, that is 90 degrees. And the voltage drop that is across the capacitor will be lagging the current by an angle 90 degree. So I have considered VL greater than VC. So the arithmetic difference between the voltage VL and VC will be resulting in 3 cases. And the resultant phasor will be V. And this value will be equal to VL minus VC. So the resulting, and this angle I will be taking as phi, that is the phase difference. So this arithmetic sum will be resulting in 3 cases. The first case will be whenever VL will be greater than VC. Whenever VL will be greater than VC, at that time that means XL is greater than XC, means the inductive reactance will be greater than the capacitive reactance. And the second case will be VL less than VC. This implies that XL will be less than XC. And the third case that will be arising is VL is equal to VC. This means that XL will also be equal to XC. And this condition is called as the resonance condition. This condition is called as the resonance condition. The condition for resonance, that is XL is equal to XC, means the inductive reactance is equal to the capacitive reactance. So XL is calculated by the formula 2 pi F naught into will be multiplied here and I will be getting f naught square is equal to 1 by 2 pi into 2 pi will be 2 pi whole square into here L is there and here it is C, so L into C. To calculate f naught, I will be taking the root over 1 by 2 pi whole square root over will be 1 by root 2 pi. Whole square root over cancelling out, that will be giving you 2 pi root over of L into C, and this frequency is called as, this frequency f naught is called as resonant frequency. As this resonant frequency, the current in the circuit will be maximum, so that XL is equal to XC. I have discussed about the phasor diagram, that is, this is the current that I have taken to be the reference. I have taken the current to be the reference. The voltage across the resistor will be in phase with the current, and the voltage that is across the inductor will be leading the current by an angle 90 degree. This value of the angle is 90 degree, and VC will be lagging the current by an angle 90 degree. I will be getting the resonant voltage V here. This value will be VL minus VC, and this is the phase difference that is denoted by phi. So in this triangle, if I will be applying the Pythagoras theorem, I get V square is equal to VR square plus VL minus VC whole square. And I know that the voltage drop across the resistor is the product of the current and the resistance, I into R whole square, plus, and I know the voltage drop across the inductance is I into the inductive reactance, minus the voltage drop across the capacitance is the product of current and the capacitive reactance, that is Xc whole square. So this value I will be getting, if I will be taking I square from these two pair to be common, I will be getting R square plus XL minus XC whole square. Yes, then I will be taking this I square this side, so V square minus I square will be, V square minus I square will be R square plus XL minus XC whole square, and this V by I ratio, it will be giving me the impedance, that is Z. Z square will be equal to R square plus XL minus XC whole square. If I want to know the value of Z, I will be taking up the root over of R square plus XL minus XC whole square, where Z is the value of the Z is the value of the impedance for a RLC circuit.